So you're handing over a structure for the work rather than just commission.
I mean, there's a recent staging in
the Saturday night action has happened.
Yeah, the recent staging of Kaprows' work, it's called Push and Pull, a comedy for Hans Hoffman. It's organized by a bunch of Kaprows fan in Sydney. But I mean, even like they're kind of reenacting this Kaprows project, but the people who's doing it, they're inviting anyone. It's not actually. Even in their website, they say, "Oh, if you're interested, or they probably call these people like, hey, his friend, just call him, like, do you want to help Kaprows work?" So it's not really everyone. It's not really their initiation, the audience initiation. It's the, I don't know, it's just, there's a certain naive things.
It's extending the process to not just being straightforward and clear cut. I guess it's
I think it feels like it actually kind of gives over more control than purely an instruction.
But I mean, But really, the connections with my previous project is that there's, in some ways, there's a certain process where it's very considered, even though it looks messy, but the staging of it is very meticulously, it's very considered.
Sorry, in your last project, actually put.
To balance them, and even though in some ways I have only little control over the productions or the aesthetics of the work or how it forms. Now I'm trying to really think of ways of, constructing a project where the realization of that project happens through. I'd like to just create a framework and really just to let the process self-generate.
Sorry, can I go back to, in your last project, I'm assuming it's things like a bicycle one that you actually set it up yourself and it sits there untouched? Is that what your last project?
Yeah, it was just balancing, stacking bits of furniture, they're quite big, and balancing them, and they're not secured with any kind of glue or screws, or they're just really using propping and wedging as principles to make them stay wherever they are. So it's like that kind of precarious arrangement. But then now it's it's like
And then you went to did you go to so you went from that to a sort of like a team effort, like is referenced on the catalogue there. Is that an in-between stage between that original arrangement and this one? Did you go from that solo process to a team and then to this more almost like now you're sort of talking about ideas of franchising and sort of removing, almost being like signature additions, but still being broadcast from your, your influence, or your sort of personal influence. How did the team one go then? Was that sort of unsatisfying, or and that's why you're sending it further when you work with a team of people?
I don't know. Sorry.
Well, when you were talking about that sort of the fact that you would balance things and set them up, I'm reading on there that was a team. There was a process of collaboration, more direct collaboration with with people?
Yeah, well, it's not a collaboration. I'm using them as actors, performers. Yeah.
And I think that's really important, like that difference thing. So.
Yeah. Whereas this one, I mean, within a set of rules, they've got freedom to do whatever they want within that limitations, you know. And but also with that, you know, the image there, it's a performance, like just my.
Was that for Monash University?
Yeah, it's Monash, my MFA show, like my end of the year show for my master's, where I involved 7 people to enact my score instructions, but the instructions are pretty much the same. There's an openness to it, you know, within a certain limits that I create.
Yeah, that's
and
Yeah.
Was it? I'm sorry. Was it on display afterwards, or was it simply the performance of them moving it, and that was the end?
yeah, the performance was, you know, them moving and
Yeah.
shifting around, and you know, some of them throwing a lump of plinth, and Bianca's is, you know, one of them throwing bricks across the space, and it was really like, it becomes very anarchic. That each of them are, you know, I didn't really expect this. It really goes beyond my expectation and what these individuals do or does, and they really redefine the instructions, and that's the framework that I'm interested, where it leads to a certain, you know, anarchism is not prohibited. I'm encouraging it. And really, the framework really opens to that kind of chaotic mess.
So, are you interested visually on like what happens here, or like are you expecting photos every day, or just stories about what people end up doing?
Yeah, it's just I mean, I'm just, well, for this project, really have no clue what the visual is gonna, you know. I mean, really, it's just becoming your own documentation, because I mean, I'd like to have some bits of the images, but really, I'm just setting up this framework and leaving to Melbourne, and then have no clue what's going on. It's probably better if I don't get the images. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really your own,
that's
becomes
the
their own
underlying
archiving process as well.
Yeah.
How does this end? Like, do you care where these objects go in the end, or does Boxcopy just dump them? Or what's your view on what happens at the end?
I'd like to transfer it to Melbourne. I'd like to keep all of it.
I'll get signed edition.
But that's a good point. Maybe if one of you guys interested, taking one of them.
Say
Like,
yeah.
there's some good stuff.
Lemonade Florence.
Unless, you know, I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Not my call.
I mean, I'm not interested. Maybe the florals are.
I think it's quite interesting. I'm quite interested in the role of the curator in this work, because it seems to be quite strong in terms of, these are mostly like the Boxcopy director's stuff, right? Like, forgive me if you talk about this before I can, but you've collected it and